What's going on, guys? Today we are completing a full 1 year ceramic paint coating on this 2021 Subaru Forester, and I'm going to be taking you guys along for the full process for every step of the way so you guys can see what exactly goes into ceramic coating a car. And once again, there's going to be a 1 year coating on this car. So this customer made the smart decision, to be honest, and decided to get their car coated. This one has just under 10,000 miles on it, so it's prime time to get it protected long term. And we hate to see cars that have been driving around for 10 years and just look awful. The paint's faded, dull, and once again, this car won't be one of those because the customer got it protected early in its life. So first off, we're going to be cleaning the wheel wells, tires, and wheels. So you guys can see here, I'm just starting by doing the wheel wells. I work from top to bottom because that way any kind of dirt or chemical or anything that drips off the top kind of just falls down as I go, and it's not, we're not cross-contaminating anything or, kind of working against ourselves. So once again, we work from top to bottom because that's just the most efficient way to do it. So once we've kind of detailed everything on the wheel, we're just going to rinse it all off. We're making sure to be really, really thorough, especially on a ceramic coating, because any possible, dirt or, water that's left over on the surface when we actually get to applying the ceramic coating could be an issue with the actual application, because it could possibly bleed out of like a crack or crevice, and then once again prohibit or inhibit the installation of the coating and just kind of mess up the whole process. So after we're done with the agitation wash, we're just spraying a drying aid on here, as you guys can see me doing here, and then we're just going to rinse it off. The drying aid is just going to help kind of the water bead off. This doesn't really add any protection, and if it does add protection, it will be stripped right off with the clay bar, and obviously with the drying towel, so it's not a big issue at all. And then also we're doing paint prep too, so do not worry, the drying aid is not going to provide like a wax protection or anything. It's totally fine. So here we're just blow drying at first. You guys can see we moved into the garage here, so we have kind of more of a controlled environment. You might have noticed it was actually snowing outdoors. At this time of year, it tends to do that. So after we blow dry and get the majority of the water off, we're just going to towel dry it, the surface, as you guys can see me doing here, making sure to get really all that water out, be really, really thorough. And once again, when you are drying the surface, you want to make sure you get into, the door jambs, and the window seals and the door handles, and the mirrors, and you just want to make sure you get all that out, because that will kind of make your process a little bit more difficult later down the road when you actually get into applying ceramic coating. So here you guys can see we're just clay barring it. So really, clay barring will just kind of remove the deeply embedded contaminants that could potentially affect the bonding of the ceramic coating and make it not last as long. After we clay bar, we're going to address all the plastic trim and tires. I always do this before applying the coating. That way, if I get any overspray or tire dressing or whatever on the paint, it'll be addressed and removed with the paint prep, as you guys can see me doing here. So the paint prep will just kind of remove any waxes, residues, any kind of protection or dirt, or very light dirt, obviously. Or just anything that's on the surface, and really just prep it for that ceramic coating to bond. So this is a very important step, because obviously you want the ceramic coating to get the best bond onto the surface. So here you guys can see we are coating the one half of the hood, as well as the headlight. This particular car, we're going to be coating the windshield, the back windshield, all the headlights, all the plastic trim, and the paint. So the only thing that we're not coating really is the wheels. But you guys can see here, after we apply that coating in a crosshatch pattern, we're going to be wiping it off with the first towel, which is the red towel, as you guys can see me doing here. And then I'll come in with a second towel, which is slightly, let's say, plusher or, more absorbent, to just kind of remove any last minute coating residue or high spots that could be on the surface after that first towel. The goal of that first towel is to remove just everything, but if we don't, that is why we have the second towel, to kind of act as like an insurance policy, just in case, once again, we did not get everything with it. You guys can see we're addressing the black trim. It really does deepen it quite a bit, deepen the look of it, and make it look quite a bit more black, which is always a really nice kind of side effect of coatings when you do use them on black trim. We're also making sure that when we do coat the panels and when we're wiping them off, that we get kind of the surrounding panels too, because you tend to, with like the first towel, you tend to maybe push the coating out a little bit from that initial area that you buffed. So you want to make sure that you really get those kind of side, those panels that are next to the one that you coated as well, just to make sure that you get all the coating off and there's no high spots. So guys, looking at the after result, you guys can see this thing is super, super shiny. The depth is really there. You guys can see it. It's really, the shine is there. And once again, this will last like this for a long time. So if you guys have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to us at any time, and we'll see you guys later.